Hi, it's Em again. Um, this is the last update of my summer projects because for me the summer has finished. I started the school year a few days ago, so summer is gone, and I won't have this much time as I've had now uh, to do stuff, crafty stuff. So this is the last update. I think I will keep on posting, and I think I will have to sort of switch into like a floss tube and show the cross stitch things I'm doing. Uh, and I think crochet tube because first I have to finish the last dance on the beach, or at least start finishing it, and then in October a new crochet along begins, and I want to take part, so I will be able to show you my progress in that as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you want, you can join. It's by Trapies. I'm sure I said it wrong again. But that is the name of the company, and it's the Rosetta crochet along. Absolutely marvelous blanket, designed by um, Tatiana. I think her uh, crochet name, designer name is Lila Bjorn. I'll try to link her name. I'm sorry, it just went out of focus, and I'm not sure what to do to make it focus again. Hello. Ah, yes. So I'll try to link her page and so that you can join if you are interested. So first, the biggest plan, diamond painting. I didn't do much because I broke a pen that she used to put drills. So I haven't finished this section. I've done like this since last time. I might have finished the face as well, but this is where I stopped because I broke the pen and I only yesterday found another one that I had. So now I can use this one and hopefully finish it by the end of autumn or September. Depends on how it goes and how much time I have. So this is my weakest point of the summer. I haven't done as much as I was hoping to because I was really hoping I would finish by the end of the summer. But it's really super uncomfortable to work, to bend over such a low desk that I have, a table. It's not even a desk. So I can't redo it for a long time. Plus, this broken pen uh, just made things difficult for me. But at least I moved forward, so that's good. But this is something I'm disappointed with. So yeah, when it comes to cross stitch, I know I did this quite a lot of this skirt of the fairy. Um, Maybe not like super much, but that's I think 500 stitches added to this fairy picture, and a little bit of Virgo. Yeah, here it is. Um, Again, not a lot, but I started this page and I started. Well, I'm not even it's like started, but I'm getting to the end of uh the width of the second page, because obviously the length not, because I'm like changing colors, and I think this is the new color that will go over here, and probably soon I will like absolutely finish the first page. Oh yeah, I'm even on the third here. I think these are like the beginnings of the third page of the design. There are five, I don't know what happened. I might have done two. Anyway, this is the definitely the page that I started. This one. And I think I did only those two cross stitches. I don't think I've done any more. So yeah. Another thing, the Craftpod. I finished the autumn one, the last autumn one. So that was the last thing I was supposed to do, the sculpture of the mushroom. Looks okay. I mean, it does look like a mushroom. I'm not sure what I would do with it, but it was quite fun to make. I was a little scared that the glue wouldn't really stick everything together, that it would fall apart, that it wouldn't be strong enough. But it's actually okay. I mean, I can't stand it like that, at least not yet. But I made it. Yay! So there will be a new winter one. And the first thing will be stitching. Maybe not cross stitching, but stitching. This is what's going to be. This is what it's going to look like. And another one will be super difficult because it will involve sewing and stuffing, because it will be a fox like that. So that will be a new challenge. I'm not really good at sewing. I've never sewn anything 3D, so we'll see what it looks like. These are all the necessary things, and there is a tea. Good one, I think. Black tea. I like black teas, so it should be a good one. There are all the tools that you need. There were those beautiful stork scissors. Let me show you, because these were also included. Absolutely marvelous. I wanted to buy them, but these are quite expensive. So absolutely joyous thing to see them in such a box. This is a winter box from 2018. So I do have some still back late pods to make, but I'm going forward with these, so that's a plus. And I'm looking forward to the spring one and to the summer one, especially because they were absolutely beautiful. But I like doing things in order, so yeah. Now it's time for winter. Maybe get into some Christmas mood earlier on. I mean, it's not something I have to finish this month, but yeah, that's definitely something I would like to do quite quickly. I've also organized my floss. Not all of it. I have too much floss, and I just only realized how much I have when I started organizing it. I do have a box like that. It opens this way. So the idea was at first that here in this large portion of the box section, I would put the floss that I'm using for a current project. And I think it's more or less like that. But I hadn't thought about the situation that I could do a few pictures at the same time, so I would have a few current projects, or that a project actually has more floss than I can fit in here. So I guess once I organize my floss, I would just really do it by numbers so that they go numerically, and just have some kind of order. I will have to order some more boxes, because yeah, it won't fit here, all of it. Plus I had to make an adjustment, sorry, because I decided to go according to DMC numbers. But I have some floss that is not DMC, for example Ariadna. But some colors are 100% match. So I decided to label it as Ariadna as it is, but still write the matching number of DMC, just so I know which floss I actually have and can use for a given project. There is usually DMC floss in the Craftpods, so they will also go there once I finish what I'm supposed to do in the pods. And I have a lot of floss from AliExpress in China, and they don't write anything on their floss, so I have no idea. I mean, I will have to like compare shades and try to match more or less which is which. Or I have some floss made, I don't know, 30 years ago, possibly earlier, by companies that no longer exist, for example, or have changed, well, actually started putting numbers, but there aren't any numbers yet. So again, I will have to just look carefully and compare shadows to those. But at least I have some kind of order in my floss, so that is a big plus. I also tried doing kumihimo from what I ordered, but this thread splits, and I was able to put seed beads through, but those beads, they are much longer, so it is very, very difficult for me to put this thread through such a bead. I ordered wax because I read that you can wax a thread and it helps. It prevents splitting, or maybe it might help not to split. It will come somewhere, somewhen. Is there a word? Sometime. Oh, that's the one. Sometime in October, I guess, because it will come together with the yarn for the crochet along. So I guess I will be able to do those then. Those things, bobbins, are absolutely fantastic. I love it. Great idea, so kudos for that. But I will have to wait until I can make those kumihimo bracelets. I tried using a needle. The thread is too thick. It just, when it doubles, like when you pull through a needle through the bead, the thread sort of doubles around the needle. It's just too thick, so it won't go through the bead. I did beading bracelets that also came. I'm surprised at how easy it is. I did make a few mistakes, so in some lines, some of the beads are not fully on the side, like, or in the center maybe, because they went on like down, because I didn't pay attention to the needle, and instead of going once like under the warp thread and then over the warp thread, it just sort of went over in the beginning, and then sort of in the middle the needle went under again. So some of the beads are like are not in line with the rest of the beads. It doesn't bother me too much. I mean, I know it's a mistake, but it's something I can improve on. But the problem I have is that the ending sort of went apart. I wasn't even able to wear it once. I mean, I hate lobster clasp because it's very difficult for me to close things on my own when they have those lobster clasps. So I wasn't even able to close the bracelet once, and this eyelet here, it sort of let go. So I'll just have to repair it and just add it to the end. The kumihimo bracelets I have, they have magnetic clasps. I specifically ordered those that have those kind of clasp, because I know I hate lobster finishing lobster clasp. I guess if I ever order something else from this company, I'll try and look for something else than lobster clasp for this type of bracelet. But other than that, super easy, very fun to make. It takes a few hours, but for a beginner like me, really nice to do. And the design is really interesting. And the last thing I did was bullet journal. It's not fully done. There are a few things missing, but I have most of the things I need. So this is my schedule at school. Here I have some post-it notes, big one and smaller ones, for me to use. Sort of like a teacher dashboard that I think Alexandra Plans recommends. I decided to just go like that for a moment, just because I would prefer to have it at the beginning, and I had already sort of planned out the beginning, so it didn't work out. Then I have the index and like what symbols mean. Here, this is the unfinished part. Some balloons need coloring, and I just can't find other colors for the balloons, so they stay like that for now, but I guess I'll find something later. Then there's this kind of grid. I think I will also make the lines a bit more colorful and possibly add a few more options. And then the planner for the month. I didn't put full August because I was doing it just at the end of August, and I didn't need it. I won't need like the rest of August anyway. So I have September, October, and all the rest of the month done. I did use stamps that I had ordered from AliExpress, and I've noticed that some of the dyes or paints are not good enough. So I'll have to get rid of those, just so I have some more free space. And this will be July. I haven't done July yet because it's the middle of holidays, so not absolutely necessary. Here are my goals. Some of the goals were like from the beginning of the year when I had been planning to do bullet journaling. It's about saving money, changing a job. This is something that I managed to do. Start a YouTube channel or a blog. Hey, I managed to do that. And go out somewhere for holidays. This is what I also managed to do. The rest is something that is throughout the year. I might not. Yeah, this one is not going to happen. Definitely. I mean, unless I win the lottery. This one, I don't think so either. I think these were like longer plans, not really for the year. Oh, I mean by the end of school year. Okay, I might do with this. With this, I don't think so. So yeah, finishing the last dance on the beach should happen in this school year, and going out to spa to relax. Also something I need to plan. So this is August, the last 2 weeks, and some events, what I have to do for school, some personal things, and some random things. As you can see, there's a mixture of languages. Some of it is my native language, some of it is in English, and some actually will be Spanish because I'm teaching Spanish this year, so I need to put my brain in the Spanish language sort of mode. Here are the notes I took during the staff meeting that I had. And I decided to have it here just to know what to tell students or their parents. These are the notes from the meeting for tutors. So those teachers that have their own class and they sort of have to coach them through school. So again, notes that what things I need to tell my parents, or how to organize trips and stuff like that. This school is super cool because they organize for new tutors. They organize such a meeting and they let you know about all the procedures and so on. And this is September. I haven't planned too much yet because, for example, my private lessons from language school, they're not scheduled yet. Some of the students are waiting to schedule other events as well. And again, school events, personal, and some random things, random notes. I don't know yet what's going to be there, but something definitely. This is the schedule of my class, just so I know where they are and who teaches them. These are the topics for the coaching lessons. And actually, when I started writing them, we did get like ideas for such topics. But when I was writing it down here, I remembered that during the staff meeting, we were told that there will be like a document prepared on how students should behave, and we should use those points as our topics for the coaching lessons. So only this organizing one where you choose like the person who will represent the class. There are elections and so on. This is something that I managed to do. The rest we'll see. I mean, before I get the points, I can't really use them. So I have some ideas for the future. And here I have the first 2 days of school that we've had. So my lessons, my groups, what I did with them, or what I'm planning to do with them. This is from the election, so I covered the names and then the rest of the notes. And this is today, so Wednesday, and I only have my own class. But here I have this coaching class, and here I have Spanish with them. So I had 2 hours with them. The first lesson is usually just to organize things. So you tell them what you're going to do, what books they need to have, what tests, how many tests, what grading system you use, stuff like that. So the first one is usually the same topic for every class, and then you just go with what you want. And there's about the staff meeting again and meeting with parents. And here, I guess, will be any space for notes for me to do. And I haven't done anything more yet. No, I did do, because I remembered about the pacing guide that some people did to just check how long it takes me to do things, because Spanish books are different than books for English. So yeah, I need to just check how much time I need for anything and compare it with other teachers. But I decided not to do it like other people. With months, for example, and days, because I have classes in different days, different number of lessons with different groups during the week. So it just I don't think I would see it really well how this pacing goes. I think I just put numbers of lessons, starting with number 2, of course, because number 1 is connected to those organizing things. And I will just compare how many lessons it takes me to do topics or units and so on. And that's the YouTube milestones thing. So it looks nice. I mean, I have to say I like it quite a lot, at least for now. I don't do a lot of artistic things or creative things just because I don't really have time for it. I could find the time, but I know that I would probably just stop doing it later on, and then I would stop doing it at all, because I wouldn't want to compare, oh, at the beginning it was so beautiful and now it's like terrible. So I'm doing it a little bit colorful, but not super colorful. And I'm wondering if it's not too small, actually, because the size I usually used for notes was this one. So as you can see, it is bigger. And here I wouldn't be able to like put all the grades or notes connected to my students, although I'm not sure if I really want to put them in such a notebook. I think I would prefer to just print out a page with my students and then put grades there, and not do it in a notebook that I use in other areas of my life as well. But a bigger one will also be helpful just for the future. For example, I guess I will be able to take more notes there maybe have some space for creative things. So we'll see how it goes. I like it so far. It's nice to have everything in one place. I will need to remember stuff or have the stuff written down because because I'm a homeroom teacher now, or coach, or teacher, however you call it in your educational systems. So I will have to have everything together and organized, and yeah, so I would really need this. I guess this one will be better for the future just because it has a larger flap at the end, and some of the documents that students give me, I mean, they're not like super official documents, but they just wouldn't fit in this small flap at the back. In other things, this is, I think, by the same producer. I mean, I bought these things, these two bullet journals in two different places, but the paper looks exactly the same, the style looks exactly the same, the flap, yeah, apart from the size, is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the closure, and yeah, I have to say I like this one better. This is something I'm more used to, this kind of closing. This is something that for me is more natural than just like going from here. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, obviously. Like I said at the beginning, in the future I probably will divide the things, the videos I post, into floss tube for cross stitch, and maybe part of Craftpod that relates to stitching, then crochet tube for last dance on the beach finishing, and Rosetta crochet along, and other craft related things. Although what will be left, yes, diamond painting, kumihimo, I guess bullet journal, and the other part of craft pods, because there are usually at least two projects to do. I don't know if this will change how often the videos are coming out, because on the one hand I won't have as much free time as I had during the summer, so I won't be able to do as many things. On the other hand, if the videos go out like every 2 weeks, if I divide them into 3 topics, then it will be every topic every 6 weeks. So I will have to think about that. I'm pretty sure you can expect the next video to be in about 2 weeks, just like usual. And then I will see if I really can devote most of my time during those weeks for one type of craft, like crochet or cross stitch, and just show you mostly that. So like a floss tube or a crochet tube. Then I will make really such a division. Or if I just do general things anyway, I mean, I will have to do bullet journal obviously every day, or mostly every day. But will it be something I can like really show and for longer than 30 seconds at a time? So yeah, maybe if you have some ideas about how I could do this, please comment down below. And see you next time. Bye, thanks.